Hello, children. This is Grandma's Angels coming to you again, and today's message is going to be a serious one. When I first started my YouTube channel, I said in the very introductory that there would be some painful topics that I would be talking about because they need to be spoken about. They're a lot of times behind closed doors, they're very quiet, everybody's ashamed to talk about it, or it hurts too much to talk about it. You've so many reasons why children do not talk about the abuse that goes on with them. Well, I'm going to start by reading a poem that I wrote again, and it's called Little Boy Lost. So I want to express to boys today that abuse goes on with them too, and they stay silent because they're told not to say anything. They'll destroy the family. They'll be shamed. And there's so many things that a predator or an adult could say to a child that will make them scared to speak up. So listen to my poem and the words that I have chosen to write, and then I will talk with you a little bit afterwards. Okay. And again, it's called Little Boy Lost. I am a little boy who feels terribly lost. I don't know what's right or what's wrong. Someone has touched me today in a most inappropriate way. I want to be happy and free. But this man in my life is causing me such strife. I don't know how to make things right. He beats me and yells at me to be a man. He is so strong. I ask myself, what have I done wrong? I'm just a little boy and I want to feel joy, but my life isn't going this way. I want my Father's love to teach me and guide me in my growing to be a man. If He will stop hurting me, I know that I can. But with each strap of His belt or fist in my face, it will only belittle my soul. My confidence will be lost at such a great cost. I don't know where to turn for help. Another little boy is crying out in pain. The man in my life is doing things to me for his own gain. He is raping my little body. Please, Lord, make him stop. I want to do good as a little boy should, but my love is turning to hate. Can't anyone see the pain in me and come to my rescue today? I don't want to be gay, but this sexual abuse may lead me to stray in places I do not want to go. My anger is growing, and soon it will start showing by doing to others what's been done to me. I need help now while I'm still young and still able to have a good outcome in life. I am young and smart and bright. Please help this little boy before my love grows cold and turns out the light. I wish someone knew and would tell me what to do to escape this horrific abuse. A man I will one day be. I don't want to be like he who violates me every chance he gets. From day to day, I hear his threats. Boys are taught to be silent in their pain, but continued silence gives the abuser the gain. If I speak up, will you listen to me? Please help me to be the best that I can be. So children, I'm primarily talking to boys today. They don't get enough attention, in my opinion, they don't. A girl can cry and tell her story, what's happened to her, and many times she'll be believed and sometimes she's not. But little boys that tell it feel inward shame of themselves, that they've done something wrong for the perpetrator to do these things to them. for the adult to beat them or hit them in horrible ways. Okay, children, I want you to know none of it is your fault. I cannot say that enough. None of it is your fault. It's the adult. It could be your father, your grandfather, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, the stranger that happens upon you, a teacher, even a church leader, a coach, a neighbor that looks for opportunity to be alone with you. It could be a teenager in the home, or it could even be your mother. Whoever it is that is violating you, that is abusing you, that is hurting your body and soul. Children, I want you to speak up and tell somebody. I will say that till my dying breath, that you children have got to talk. You cannot stay silent. If you stay silent, then the abuse continues because nobody knows. And it's up to you. It's a position you've been put in, unfortunately. But unless you speak out and tell somebody, the abuse will continue behind closed doors, in secrecy, and you will be put to shame. That if you tell anybody, you're breaking up the family. If you tell anybody, you're bringing shame on the family. If you tell anybody, you're going to be called names. If you tell anybody, they're going to blame you and say, well, you brought this on yourself. No, none of those things are truth. I want you children to know that. Boys, you must speak up. You must tell somebody, okay? Here's a national hotline number that I have for you, children. Look at this information. Call this national hotline number. It's very confidential, it's safe, and it's free. You just tell them what's going on in your home, in your life, at school, wherever it is. If it's in a church building, an abandoned building, in the park, in the woods, in the car, wherever it is. Children, it is not your fault. Okay, you should not feel shame. It is the perpetrator's fault. The perpetrator is the adult or the teenager, the brother, the sister, whoever it is. It is their fault that they are harming you and you are too little to fight back. But here's how you fight back. You call this national hotline number and you tell them, this is very confidential. It is very safe, children. Nobody is going to come and yank you out of your home or hurt you in any way or tell anybody your name or nothing. It's very safe. Here, if you can get online, if you have a computer and you can get online, go to online.rain.org or www.childhelp.org. You are not alone, children. This is happening in many homes. And now, especially with this COVID going on and children being home more than usual, more abuse is arising in the privacy of homes. And you don't know where to turn for help. Now you don't even have a school you can go to, a teacher you can tell. The thing is you have to talk, children. Please, talk. You can help yourself by calling this number. I want you children to know there are many people in the world that care very much about what's happening to you. If you're being hit, punched, kicked, locked in a room, not fed, all these things are abuse. And the sexual that goes on, that's abuse. All of it is abuse. If you are very unhappy, if you are hurting, and I'm not talking about when a parent scolds you and grounds you for doing something wrong. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? So you don't call the police or these hotlines on things like that if they're truly hurting you and it's going on day after day. And there's a difference between disciplining a child to teach them or abusing them out of their own power, to abuse their own power over you. Okay, please, children, I care very much about you, and I just want to help somehow You are not alone. You are loved. You are special. You have a reason to be here, and it's not for the perpetrator. It's not for the abuser that you're here. It's for your own growth, your own experience, your own well-being. You have something to give to this world, but before you give it, call this hotline number. Get online and contact them. Whatever way you have, tell a neighbor, tell somebody, but talk about it, okay? Please do not hold it in. That's the worst thing you can do. All right, children, this was of a serious nature, but this needs to be spoken of. You children need to know that there is help out there, and there are people that will stop the abuse immediately. But unless you talk and tell somebody, no one's going to know what's going on behind closed doors in your home, okay? So once again, I truly love you, children. I care very much about things that go on that are unseen, unclean, and harmful to your growth. Okay, so this is Grandma's Angels. Please remember to be the best you can be and be kind to others. I hope this message helps somebody out there. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.